Oh my, we're alive. I don't know how many people are going to follow us here, but we were having an active discussion on TikTok all about buying property and, asset protection and what's going on in California regarding landlord tenant rules and laws and cities that you should and shouldn't buy in. Just so much information that's going on right now. And as young Americans and young Californians, you really got to stand up for your rights, because property owners' rights are really kind of out the door. If you're a landlord, there's an SB bill out there that can change our world, that would make it so the state of California gets to choose how much you're going to rent your property for, when you can and cannot sell your property, and all kinds of things out there that you should really be watching for if you live in the state of California and if you want to buy property. Hi, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I bet one of you is Arlene. I don't know. But I just got back on because we were over on TikTok talking about all these different things that have to do with California and landlord tenant laws. And honestly speaking, we've got to be on it. We've got to make sure that we help people who want to buy property. And a lot of people are saying, well, the interest rates are too high. Well, you guys know, I don't know if you know this or not, but your interest is tax deductible. So the interest on your home is tax deductible. When you buy a home, you get a $7,000 homeowner exemption, and your property taxes are tax deductible. So when you buy a home, guess what? There's tax deductions that are going to help you get back some of your money because you bought a home. So if you're living in the property, you get different types of tax deductions. I'm not a CPA, by the way. I'm just letting you know what I know about owning real property. So if you own the property and you live in it, you have certain tax deductions. But if you have an investment property that you don't live in, it's a business. And as a business, your expenses are a tax write-off. So the things that you need to know about property, you need to talk to a professional loan officer. If they don't know how to answer your questions, niche them, go like this, go, bye, and go to the next loan officer. If they don't know a lot about it and they say, well, I don't know about it, but I have a CPA I can direct you to, then that's acceptable. If they have a broker that could help you, that's acceptable. But you should be able to talk to somebody who knows how to help you if you're looking to buy property, anywhere. And so I do have that series that I'm doing that's called Buying a Home in the United States. And the first lesson was about who do you talk to first? Because a lot of people go to their real estate agent first. And if you go to your real estate agent first and you don't have a loan, they're just going to send you to somebody to get a loan. So the first person you want to talk to is a mortgage loan originator who can tell you what you qualify for. The second lesson that I did talks about, what's the most important thing when buying a home, because there's three very important things. Number one is your credit. And in that lesson, I talked about getting your free credit report, and you can get a free credit report annually. It's called annualcreditreport.com, and you get that free from all three repositories. That's TRW, TransUnion, and Equifax. So that's the short version of lesson number 2, getting your credit report. So that's your homework. If you haven't done it or you didn't see it, now go on and order your annual credit report at annualcreditreport.com from each of the three repositories. The next lesson I talked about is your income. How much of your income can I really count? And have you been on the job for at least 2 years? Have you been in the same line of work for 2 years? Did you go to college to work where you're working? There's lots of questions I'm going to ask you. And are you looking at owning something? And did you want to buy something, keep it, rent it out, and buy something else? Or what's your goal with real estate? And then the next lesson was all about your debt. How much debt do you have? And how many more payments do you have on your debt? If you have less than 10 payments on your debt, I'm not going to count it against you. So, and then student loans, that's a whole other conversation. So number 1, credit. Number 2, income. Number 3, debt. Number 4, how do we calculate all these numbers? Like how do I know what I qualify for? And a lot of times some people will qualify for more than they want to qualify. So I've had people that were qualified for a $5,200 house payment, and they're like, wait. I don't want a $5,200 house payment. That'll kill me. I want like a $3,000 house payment. And then when I tell you what a $3,000 house payment qualifies for, then you're like, well, maybe I don't. The other thing that you have to understand is when you started working, you filled out a W-9. And when you filled out that W-9, that told them how much money to take out of your paycheck. So if you put 0 because you want to get money back when you do your tax returns, then what happens is they take as much as they can, they use your money, and then when you do your tax returns, you get some of that money back. Well, instead of getting that money back, how about using that money now? So if you're renting for, let's say, $2,800 a month, and you're barely meeting ends meet, but then you want to buy something, so you go in and you talk to a CPA or the person who does your taxes, and you say, hey, I'm going to buy a home this year. How will that affect me tax-wise? And can I claim more dependents instead of claiming zero dependents? How many dependents can I claim if I buy a house for this much with the tax write-off, so that I don't have to pay taxes, but I don't get any money back, so I can use that money now? So unfortunately, they don't teach you how to buy a home. They don't teach you about finances. They don't teach you any of this stuff in high school. So you don't make your plans and you don't plan ahead. For some reason, when I was a little kid, I kept getting money for Christmas and for my birthday. And then I actually worked as a paper boy, and I saved all my money. So when I became 18, I had $20,000 for a down payment. And $20,000 today could still be a good down payment, especially with down payment assistance. We didn't have down payment assistance then. We didn't make $20 an hour then. I made $2.65 an hour. So there's so many ways to help you guys buy homes. And what I was going to share on TikTok that I didn't share was one of the homes that I bought on eBay. You want to hear about the eBay thing? So you can go on eBay. I'm not telling you to go on eBay, but you can go fish around. And I don't suggest buying houses in other states unless you do what I did, which was really inexpensive. And if I lost $4,000, it wasn't going to kill me. So what I did was I went on eBay and I started looking at homes, and my parents came from Ohio. And so when I saw a property in Ohio for $4,000, I went, I'm just going to buy that one. I'm going to bid on it. So actually I started bidding on it when it was like $2,800, and I was overbidding with somebody else, and we just got so excited. We kept bidding, and I bid $4,000 and I got this house. And I thought, after I got it, I thought, oh shit, maybe that's just a closing cost, or oh crap, maybe that's just a deposit. So, but it was truly $4,000 because I went through escrow. And as I went through escrow, I found it was only $4,000. And it was a big house on a big lot on a corner in a city called New Straitsville, Ohio. And I bought it and I held on to it. I wanted to flip it, but my son refused to go to Ohio to flip a house with me. So eventually somebody saw me on Facebook and they said, are you the Sharon Butler that owns the property in New Strait? He goes, that owns this property. And it was a picture of a guy peeking through some weeds. And I said, yeah, I think that's me. What's the address? And he said, you know, he wanted to flip it. And I said, yeah, I know, so do I, but I can't go there. Are you over there? And he said, yeah. And I said, what do you think? And he said, I think it's going to take about $25,000 or $25,000 to $30,000 to fix it. And I said, that's what I thought. And I go, but I think you can sell it for about 68. And he said, yeah, that's about what I think. And I said, and he's like, you figured all this out from California? And I said, yeah, because I have this knack. And so I said, you know, I'll give it up to you and you can flip it if you give me $12,000 cash. Remember, I bought it for $4,000. I held on to it for 3 years. The taxes were $320 a year, and I sold it for $12,000. So you too can buy a house on eBay, but be careful with what you do. Don't just jump if you can't afford to lose the money. But like I say, you know, I would much rather see, touch, and feel real estate than invest in other things that, you know, you can't see, touch, and feel and control. So, you know, before you do anything, you know, if you have any questions, if you're buying in another state, it's not California, talk to the real estate agents and ask for a real estate agent that actually is an investor if you're investing. If you're flipping, talk to a real estate agent that's an actual flipper. That way you don't have to pay to take a class on how to invest or pay to take a class on how to flip, because they're getting a commission and it's their fiduciary duty to help you when it comes to real estate and represent you. So if you find an agent that can represent you in the way that you need to, it's their fiduciary duty to help you and guide you through the process. And if they don't do that and you need to talk to their broker for help, you can do that. They can talk to their broker for help if they can't help you. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about real estate and investing and let you know that tomorrow tomorrow. We're going to take the numbers that you have in front of you. And so hopefully you have numbers in front of you of how much money you make on your current pay stub, how much you show on your tax returns for the last 2 years. And I'm looking at your gross, not your net. And I'm looking at how long you've been in the same line of work. And we're going to talk you through how to calculate what you qualify for. Now, I usually film that not live and then I put it up there, but hopefully some of you guys will want to learn this, and I'm going to do it relatively early in the morning. So if you want to learn how to do that, like me, come on tomorrow, and you know what? We'll help you buy a property in the United States. So until tomorrow, have a great evening, and I look forward to helping you all buy a home. Bye.